Welcome back to another episode of Delph Fishing. I'm Captain Billy Delph. Got my son Daniel, got my son David behind me. I got a great group of guys. Got the A-team with me. These guys have been fishing with me for a long time. They've slayed some big fish with me. They've caught a lot. And I got Adrian Gray from the IGFA with me. He's a world-renowned artist and photographer. He's done some great work. But these guys, more than anything, they become good friends of mine that we've been able to do some really huge adventures together over the years out here in the Dry Tortugas. Today we're going to be running 68 miles offshore from Key West. This is the place I call home. I do this every day and I just love this place. Right now we're sitting in the middle of the Marquesas trying to catch pilchards. This is a bait fish that we catch and we chum live out there offshore for tunas, wahoos, sailfish, all that sort of thing. It brings the topwater stuff to us while we're banging on those bottom fish on the bottom. So we're still battling the high winds that have been plaguing us out here lately this winter. The place is muddy, it's cold, the temperatures have dropped, and it's making the bait situation really hard. But we did just pull our pinfish trap. We're able to rely on those today. Those are my old trusty, reliable baits. So right now we're gonna get to work on these pilchards. Hopefully we can make it happen. Hopefully Daniel can get up there and find these suckers for us. And stay tuned. This is gonna be a good show. We'll talk to you guys soon. Normally this water out here is blue, like, I mean, you get everything from a dark blue like this to just a bright blue like Daniel's sweatshirt, and it's just all green and covered up. But when it came in, it brought in sharks and just all kinds of less desirable eating fish than what we normally are looking for out here. But these guys are putting it on them here. I think we're gonna have a good day today. Here we go. You got a head? Oh man, look at that. Dude, that is a beast fish too. Gosh, dang it.
That is horrible.
And speaking of the sharks.
That is horrible.
That wasn't no little skinner.
Dude, are you ready to cry or what? That was one of our biggest fish right there so far. Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
Right in the cooler.
Oh man.
You didn't feel him take a bite, Kev? You didn't even feel him take a bite?
Yeah, I did.
What about 100 feet down?
Yeah.
Yeah. These sharks are down there. This is what happens is we'll be out here and fishing, and these sharks are so tuned into the boat and the noise of the boat, and it doesn't take them long. They hear it and they start moving under the boat and they're just waiting. And it's just fish after fish after fish once they get turned onto it. Super smart animals. This is a big fish. All right guys, so we're sitting here, we're catching fish, catching mutton snappers, and the sharks just got piled up on us really bad there. So I made a small move over to see if I can get away from them and give these guys a couple more bites here before we move on. And we just gotta wait and see how it goes. Hopefully the sharks are not too bad here and these guys have some time to get them up before we get munched on. So they just ate a really nice mutton snapper. Kevin brought the head up, and we lost a couple more that we never did get to see the fish. So they're big sharks, usually big sandbars out here, and duskies and stuff like that. Occasionally you get some big bull sharks, but these sharks are nasty and they like to eat. So we're gonna be dealing with that probably a lot today. But through it all, it's a war of attrition. We just gotta keep working and we'll put a lot of fish in the boat. What do you call this technique, Andy?
I don't know, but it's working.
This is the, it almost got the kind of the surf fishing thing going on.
It's the Dalai Lama.
Yeah, they call it the Dalai Lama.
Hey Billy, you know Adrian?
Whoa, whoa, is that a big shark right there? Is that a big shark? What is that?
Yeah, a shark coming up.
Yeah. Oh, we got the head back. Here, go, up. Look. Another one. How does that make you feel?
Awesome, because he wasn't as big as his.
Yeah, you didn't, not as great of a loss. Look at the teeth marks on this thing. He was all over it. Just chomp, 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 all the way up. Doing what they do. We're gonna send this thing down right now because I wanna see how many sharks are actually down there and how bad it really is before we make our move. So we're gonna send the sucker down there right now. So I'm gonna push record right here. Down we go. Let's go find out what it is. We just send it down, and I gotta keep it upright. We put a big fin on it so it's not spinning so much down there, but been doing this for a couple of years and we have seen some crazy things down there. So it's hard. You're trying to keep the rod with the horizon because you don't want to be bouncing all over the bottom, but it bounces a little bit anyways. Sometimes it'll give you a shot of something you're not expecting. I had the one time the camera spun around because of a wave, and there's about a 300-pound jewfish just sitting there getting ready to eat it. You'll see groupers blowing out like mud blowouts where the groupers come up to look at it, to eat it, and all of a sudden they take off and leave big balls of mud underwater. Sharks coming up and bumping the camera, just all kinds of things sometimes. But we also don't know, with like all the mud that we've been seeing out there, it seems like it's getting a little bit cleaner on top, but as that sediment from the storms and everything starts to settle down there, it could be super muddy down there for all we know. So it's kind of fun to just see what it is and test it out. A wise man once told me, never leave fish to find fish. So it doesn't make me feel good now that I moved down here. We were on fish, piles of them down here, piles of them back there where we were. The sharks just were making it miserable for us. So we moved. I know there's some big black groupers here because we saw them yesterday. But once again, I'm not seeing the same amount of marks here, and it definitely does not make me feel comfortable when I got guys like this that pay all this money to me to perform, and I'm seeing a bottom that's quiet down there. But we are hunting for big fish. Hopefully we get them. We'll see what happens. But we're just gonna get to work with these guys, and hopefully these guys, if I get them over, these guys will catch. These guys are hardcore fishermen. They work hard at it every time, and that's why I like fishing with them. I always said we had like a couple different kinds of customers, you know, when I was talking to our web development guy, but we have shoppers. We got the guys out there that love to buy stuff and go test it out and do that. We have the foodies that they're excited about all the food that we catch. And then we have the travelers. It's all about the destination. They want to go see the dry tortugas. They've never been there, see the Marquesas, go out to the Gulf of Mexico, whatever. And then we just have guys like this that are just hardcore fishermen and just love it. And these guys are by far my favorite. Check this box out. Look at that. Got black grouper in here, scamp groupers, muttons, dolphin. We're just missing the big boys. Got a red grouper in there.
Check out Kevin's line. He got nicked.
Woo! What was that, like kingfish or something?
I have no idea. That's above
You got
the weight,
shredded.
right?
You got shredded.
Lucky, huh?
Yeah, let me see. Yeah. Got some teeth marks on there. So sometimes while you're fighting fish, the king mackerel will come in and hit your sinkers. And I've lost some giant fish out here. Got the boys doubled up here. I've lost some giant fish here from kingfish coming over and hitting your sinkers and cutting your line. Let's check this out, see what these boys got. It's the last hook in there. So Daniel, do not lose that fish. That's a good fish.
It's a very...
Oh!
No.
Do not let him get eaten.
Oh.
I think it did.
I got scared there for a second.
Hey Daniel, can I clean my hands off?
No, get out here.
Got a lot of predators out here. We got sharks, king mackerels, wahoos. There's just top to bottom. We got all kinds of action any given day. March is a crazy month out here too. You'll see a lot of predators and things out here that you don't even normally see. We were talking earlier, but you remember that Andy was with us when we did that spearfish that one day. We had a giant mako shark show up to the boat, and I remember that same day we had big giant leatherback turtles out here, and it's like all of a sudden the deep blue sea just shows up out here.
I don't know what's going on. He's kind of going crazy.
How old were you when we caught that? When you did that black grouper, that mutton, and that wahoo in the same trip?
I think I was like either 11 or 12.
11 or 12 years old. What was it? So hold on. You had this kid, little kid. He had the 3 best fish on the boat. It had like a, what was it,
like
58-pound wahoo,
68.
a 24-pound mutton. Yeah, that's right. On 12-pound, right?
The wahoo was on 14.
14-pound test. That's a 68-pound wahoo, 24-pound mutton snapper, and a 50, it was like a 50 some odd pound black grouper all in one day. And I was like, it was a proud father moment for me that day. He did the Tortuga slam well. He did it very well on light tackle.
Yeah, that was fun.
So here we go. Yes, it is. It's a huge amberjack. Look at that beast. My goodness. These guys will hurt you. These guys will hurt you. You want them?
Yeah, I need them bad.
Speaking of Cigatera, Brian Berger needs some.
How big is it? Yeah.
Here we go. Let's get that hook at them. Let's get these guys cleared so they can get back to fishing here.
What a beast.
Hold that sucker up, Daniel. Come on. Here, come over here. Move out that way. How many pounds? Guess it.
I'm gonna say
Look at the width of that head.
58.
And honestly, this is not even a giant down
57.
here. The sucker's probably just your average big one here, and we have taken him over 100 pounds down here. 58 pounds.
What did I say?
58.
I said 58, then I switched it to 57, but still, that was really close. Big fish.
That's what we call a wrap when we kill them dead like that. But had a great trip here. Had a bunch of mutton snappers, bunch of grouper. Sharks wore us out again as usual here, but great trip overall. We're gonna head in right now, head back to the dock, get these guys loaded up with all their fish and gear and everything, and get them heading back home, and then we're gonna go home and do a catch, clean, and cook of our own. So see you soon. All right, guys, Captain Billy Delph with Delph Fishing. Had a great trip out here with these guys today. The sharks wore us out, as you can see here with this black grouper. These guys are heading home back to Miami, and they were nice enough to leave a mutton snapper for me and the boys tonight. We're gonna do a catch and cook, if we can say that right this time. And we're gonna go make you guys some fish tacos, show you some of our favorite dishes. This is just one that we love to eat, and stay tuned. All right, guys, we are at the house. We're in my kitchen, Casa de Delph. We got our mutton snapper here on the table. We're gonna be making some fish tacos. David's already frying, because we like them fried. He's frying some corn tortillas. We already got the fixings over there ready to go. We'll talk about those in a minute, but let's start working on the fish here. It's pretty simple. All you do is you take this fillet, you stick it in the toaster, right in here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, we're gonna finish we're gonna finish trimming this stuff up. All right. Make sure there's I just don't like heavy bloodline in it. You know, it doesn't taste good. So it's not like all of it has to come off. I just like the heavy stuff, and right up against the spine, sometimes there's some tendony stuff that I look for, but it looks good. We're all good, nice and clean. So we're gonna make this in smaller little strips that will fit in a taco. So first I'll take this down here. Some more manageable pieces here. And yeah, we'll do a big chunk here. This one's kind of medium, a little bit more manageable for the tacos, so you can fit them in there so you're not piling up. Usually I make a taco and it looks like a Big Mac by the time I'm done because I pile so much stuff in it, but everybody to each their own. I like this stuff. I've used Everglades, chicken and fish seasoning, and I put some heat in it. This stuff's great. There's all kinds of stuff. I just like it's got a little bit of seasoning to it. So when you're doing fish tacos or something like that, I go a little bit heavier on the spice because you have a whole taco that goes with it, and I like it. So we will blacken these fish. I got my frying pan already going here. And I'll take these pieces, and it's gonna get smoky in here, but we're gonna drop these in and let them get going. So the biggest thing with any kind of seafood, as far as I'm concerned, is do not overcook it. I like to cook with high heats when I'm blackening stuff because I like the inside to be moist and tender and everything else. So I will turn the heat up. I'll blacken and sear the outside of it. And usually, if you were to slice it the minute I take it off, the inside would still be a little bit raw. But what happens is after you pull it off, the residual heat will continue to cook it all the rest of the way through, just enough. So you just have these really moist, delicious pieces of fish. All right, everybody, it is time to eat. Boys, get out of my way because I'm gonna get over there and eat some tacos. So this is how we do it. You grab a taco shell, thanks to James. Take it over here. So this is what we got. We got sour cream, and what we do to spice up our sour cream, make it a little bit more taco-ish, is we put some of that taco seasoning in the sour cream. Just makes it easier when we're building our taco. We have mandarin oranges right here out of a can. They're great. We have the avocados. We squeeze a bunch of key lime juice on those. We have some coleslaw mix, some cheese, some pico de gallo that we made that's basically just salt, pepper, sweet onions, tomatoes, and cilantro, and a bunch of key lime juice on that too, because it just goes really good with the fish. So watch this. It's real simple. Take your taco, kind of spread that on there, not too much like I just did, and then you come back over to the fish, right around here. You pick out your favorite piece of fish, put it on there, like that, and then I go over here, and I'll take whatever I want. So we'll go. Actually, a little bit of cheese on that hot fish is kind of good. It's kind of fun. A little bit of pico on there. A little bit of, let's go with a piece of this or two. A little bit of avocado. And like I said, I like to make it like basically a Big Mac or something. Does that make it way too big? And a little bit of this for some crunch. And it really does add to the texture. I like to just press it down in there and then come over here to the sink, because I'll just eat over the sink right now and do it right now. So here we go. Okay. You see everybody on YouTube and everything's like, oh, it's so good. This stuff is so good. I've made these things a million times, and every time we eat them, it is the best food I've ever had. It is my favorite. The Delph fish tacos. That is how we make them here. Holy cow. That I really love, and it's always underrated, but the cabbage just gives it such a nice crunch, and all the citrus in it marries very well with the fish. And you go with the pico de gallo and all of that, and it's just a really good taco. Kind of a Caribbean style. I'm being a total pig right now. Kind of a Caribbean style, the way we do it. I've seen people do it with a bunch of different ways, and almost like kind of a Mexican style, but all the stuff in here is just so good. And these boys are over here pigging out. You guys had any yet?
Not yet.
Of the fish.
Fish is awesome.
But it's one of the things I truly love about my world of fishing and everything I do. Come home and eat these awesome fish. Get to spend time talking about the trip and all the adventures that you just went on with your friends, with your boys, and family, and it is just such a cool lifestyle. I am so blessed. I'm so thankful for the opportunity to be doing this for a living every single day. Thank you guys so much for watching, staying and watching this episode. It's episode number 2. We're just getting started. We have so many exciting things that we want to share with you guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we cannot wait to see you guys next time on the next adventure. Thanks a lot, guys.